to heal him.
Okay, so...
Okay.
So, he's not gonna just stop. I mean, like,
Can
he's
I
still
kick
struggling.
him in the nuts? I want to kick him in the nuts.
How? He's
Yeah,
on Marky's shoulder. You have to aim your kick pretty
No,
high.
He's still on the ground, isn't he?
No, he's not on the ground. Remember, he was on you. He was striking from your shoulder, and then he tried to flip himself off your shoulder when you stopped his
Okay,
fist.
here's what I do.
You set him
what
on
I
the
do.
ground.
No, not set him on the ground. I turn around so his face is like in front of Spicoli. Spicoli can punch him then.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're just gonna knock him out again.
Punch him, like injury, like
Well,
pain.
you have to use strength. Use strength
Non-lethal
because.
damage.
Say what?
Non-lethal.
Yeah, strength. Still strength.
Yeah.
Non-lethal or lethal doesn't matter. It's still a strength roll you have to. So he's got Constitution, which he still succeeds. So
It hurts.
it's like it hurts, but it's not enough to put him under. So he's extremely resistant to being put
Another
under.
one.
So that's a crit. Like as he resists, you throw your other fist at him, and then you knock him out. So it's like you can resist one blow at a time. What happens if I use more than one blow at a time? So it actually works the second time. Okay,
Alright.
so Brelock's like, persistent, aren't they?
As it seems. Do you have a holding
It's like,
cell? Beware.
It's like, no, we don't. That's the problem. We
I can
can't
make
keep
one
him.
out
It's
of
like we can't keep him around, and it doesn't seem like he wants to give us any intel. It's really at your discretion what we do with him.
If you give me
Maybe
enough time.
you should use charm on him. Maybe stupid.
Yeah, so what are you using?
Hold on. What's this? Flesh to
Oh, see, so out of nowhere, Sage just arrives and she touches him, and he has to roll a con save to not be turned to stone.
But he's knocked out. remember?
Yep.
Yeah, but he's knocked out, so he can't do anything. So he gets turned to stone. So he turns to stone. Marky, you have to do Constitution because now the weight has like vastly increased.
I'll help him with that shit.
Oh yeah, that's thanks man. That's gonna help.
Okay, so
I can handle it though.
yeah, so his weight dramatically increased, and it's temporary. That's the problem. Is the spell will he can keep rolling Constitution till he breaks it.
It can be permanent if he doesn't. If he fails 3.
Okay, well let's see if he fails 3. So he's turned to stone. What's the con? What's the amount?
I'm gonna.
17.
17. Jesus. So 1, 2.
1.
Close. Nope, doesn't break
Barely.
it. So he's permanently turned to stone.
Until the
Uh-oh.
effect is removed.
Okay,
And we
so
can break him.
okay, so do you tell them that? Do you tell them, okay, we just have to hold him until?
I say, just wait a minute. And there we go. He's stone now.
Yeah. So like he's turning to stone and he's trying to struggle out of it, but then he just fully turns to stone.
But he's still fucking knocked out.
Yep. So he's not knocked out at all. It's just
Maybe his muscles are just
like he's sort
He's
of
bad.
dazed and he's trying to like he feels that his body's starting to change and he tries to resist it, but yeah, it doesn't work.
Anyway, what are we gonna do with this new statue?
So it's like, well, just I don't know, put him over there or something. And he's pointing to a corner. And so like he's going back to the table and he's picking up a piece of paper from under the board, and at the same price, it's like out of courtesy he's knocking the chess set over because he knew that. And like Yash kind of looks at him like, oh, I see what you were doing. You knew you were gonna win. So he's like knocking the chess set over at the same time, getting the paper. So he's showing it to you guys, and you guys get to walk closer and go check it out. So Marky, are you gonna just have the statue while you're looking at it, like a weird puppet, just having it pointed at the? Hey, look at what this is.
still flung on my shoulder, picking up the paper with the other hand, just taking a look.
Okay, so
Here, let me take a look.
Yeah, you can take a look. Here we go.
this Brelog starts to elaborate. It's like, this is the recon report from the last few scouts that survived. It's like we know that now the town of Mazrik is it's now occupied by some hostile force. They couldn't specify who, because not a lot of them made it out. It's like there's probably no potential that any of the scouts survived to be the capture, but maybe there might be some. So, and he pulls out the map. So, hold on, let me just move you to the map. So, he pulls out the map and he says, you know, do you guys still know where Mazrik is? It's right here.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's close to home.
Yeah, so, and that's what we were going for, is, that Spicoli's outburst is, that's right next to my house.
Hey!
So,
Maybe we can take a stop.
yeah, that depends on which, it's like, do you do the objective first, or do you go visit Spicoli's house first? That's for you to decide, but it's like, so, Brelog's opinion is like, you know, don't take too long, because if you do, that scout might not have a lot of time, if there are any survivors. But at the same time, it's, if you feel like you need more preparation, maybe it would be better if you went to Spicoli's house instead. So, he's not, it's really your discretion. He can't decide for you. Okay, so...
Well, we don't know what forces we're gonna deal with here, so we might stop by Spicoli's first, and then scout out where the town itself,
roll
see
perception.
what we're dealing with.
all of you, all
Okay.
three of you, roll perception.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Challenge is 5. Okay, so...
Do I even need to roll? I have a +6.
let's roll it anyway. Let's see if you... Yeah, you're fine.
Just for
So, you hear a voice from behind you saying, it's been taken by pirates. And then you see, like, this half-wolf person just walk past you guys. She's got a weird little dog on her shoulder.
Huh.
So she's walking
Aw,
right in
yeah.
between everyone, and she's walking past, like, does she, like, try to shove you aside? Yeah, she just kind of tries to shove you aside. Not in a violent way, but in a way it's like saying, you know, I need to stand there. Just, you're in my way.
As she walks past, I pet her fur.
Okay, so... yeah, she doesn't seem to notice. And if she does notice, she's not saying anything. So she walks straight up to Brelog, and Brelog's like, who are you? And, like, she just says, Olga, this is my friend, this is my companion, Drake.
Does he begin rapping?
Yeah, so that's like, and Brelog's like, he strokes his beard a little bit. It's like, and how do you know this information? It's like, yeah, because I hunt around those regions. It's like, the pirates there are disturbing the hunting grounds. That's why I need help to eliminate them. Seeing as you are going that way, I will come with you. So... and Brelog, he tries to, it's like, are you sure you want to? And so, like, she turns around and starts walking away. It's like, this is not a debate. We leave in the morning. So, and she doesn't, like, she goes to the corner and just sits there and starts drinking something.
So,
And so, like, she kind of shouts from across the bar. You hear her shouting, it's like, you call this food? Where's the meat? It's like, what am I paying you for? Crap?
did she even pay?
Yeah, she is paying. Like, you can see that there's a bag of gold on the table. It's like, what am I paying you for? So, yeah, very vocal complaints. And Brelog, like, leans into you guys, you know, Marky and Spicoli. It's like, I don't even know who that is, but my advice is don't get on her bad side, and maybe it would be good if you did what she asked.
Okay.
Well, then,
So,
I guess we got some pirates to fight.
and you hear from across the bar, it's like, I can hear you, you know.
Yeah, how similar it would be.
Yes. And it's like, don't try to like, she's looking at Spicoli, don't try to cover it up.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so, like, she doesn't even respond to that. She just, that's what she just yells.
He's smiling.
Okay, so... alright, so back to, who are we on? Kreen, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
What were you doing? Or where'd you go?
Where I go?
Okay, so you went to the medical tent as well?
Yeah, because I was just standing next to a bird, and I got nothing to do with the bird.
Okay, so... the bird is following you. Like, it's this
Oh.
it's this big, massive bird, and it's following you. Like, it's not really flying, it's, like, kind of hopping along. Or, it's like a weird... its head is bobbing, and it's doing a weird sideways walk, where it's not really, like... it's like its body is moving, is kind of swaying left and right as it walks.
So it's a dove crab.
Yeah. It's a what?
A dove crab, because it's dove with the head bobbing.
Maybe.
and
Yeah.
the
It's maybe
crab
it's like
goes
it's got the weird
sideways
head
like a
bobbing thing. Yeah.
So yeah.
Because you could tell that it's very back heavy. It's like it's got this massive body that has the support on these kind of tiny legs.
You got a big butt. Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing?
I guess I'm looking around the city trying to like find if anyone need a hunter, because since one of the things I'm good at is actually hunting, so.
Yeah. The bird is still annoying you in the same way as before. Like it's tapping its head against you.
Oh my god.
Like it wants your constant attention.
Here, I gotta go watch the bird anyways. I go
Okay,
outside.
so
I begin petting.
okay, so the
Love.
bird kind of turns around, then it's like it looks at you for a second, then it's still looking back at Crane.
Here, I'm gonna walk over to Crane.
Okay, so
I'm gonna do speak with animals real quick.
okay,
Guess so.
well, cast it. I mean, this,
The fuck do you want?
yeah. So what does he have to do? Limited by their intelligence. So he has a low intelligence.
More than
So you hear in his head, he keeps saying food, and he keeps like tapping Crane.
green.
No!
Yeah.
He is not food.
Okay. So and he looks at you. It's like not food.
No, not food.
So, and he tilts his head to the side and he blinks. And then I guess he kind of gives sort of a weird. It's hard to describe. It's his legs fold up under him and he just kind of lies on the ground, like looking at you, like tilting his head, trying to understand what you said. Is like not food.
I'm so glad I didn't move. Fucking hell.
So,
Specifically, not this one.
okay, so like he's still tilting his head. He understands, but he's like tilting his head. It's like why not food?
Because he is my friend, and you are my friend.
Yeah, so it's like so he's tilting his head, and I guess he kind of understands, but he's not really. It's like part of him still wants to eat him.
I'm sure there's more tasty creatures out there in the wilderness. If
So almost in a burst of action, he leaps up and he starts flapping, and then he's now perched on top of the blacksmithy.
Huh.
He's kind of
it's about time
chilling.
you go back. I think it's about time you go back.
And like
to where
as soon
your
as that
home
happens, Tukru runs out and looks up. It's like, oh, okay,
is. Don't do
of course,
anything.
adventurers. That's like, why would I guess otherwise? So
Tukru
it's
is
like,
not
well,
my
just so
fault.
long as he doesn't make a mess on my roof, which I have a feeling he'll make a mess on my roof.
What is your name, bird?
Okay. So and he tilts his head. Name?
I suppose you don't have a name.
What
but,
name?
Never mind that. I think it's time you go.
Okay. So at that he takes off, like he's gone. Like as soon as you said
Goodbye.
go, it's like he's out of there. He doesn't make a sound or anything. He leaps and he just flies away.
Goodbye.
And then I thought I made a new friend. He
Okay.
wanted to eat me.
I opened
Yeah, he wanted to eat you.
I opened the door to Tukri. Hold on. I opened the door to Tukri. It's gone. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so it's like, yeah, I heard it take off. So long as he didn't, and he also didn't make a mess on my roof. So Crane, besides that, nearly being eaten by a giant bird, what else do you have to do?
I will go around the city looking for work, for hunting or something.
I'm checking on my area.
Someone who needs a hunter. You can just go hunting on your own. It's just you might not get as much because you don't actually get much from it either. It's either you get paid
Yeah.
gold or a little bit of experience. So
You know what? I'll help you.
wait, Crane, you were on that adventure we just did, so you
Yeah.
get the experience as well,
Oh.
which is the
Yeah.
85,800.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. So, which puts you at what?
This amount.
800 plus his 885, which he has, so that's 86. 656? Is that what that said? Yeah. 685. So I don't even know what level that makes him anymore.
How much does he have? He's probably 11.
Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, level.
He's
11.
level 11 now, so he jumped, you know, just that little encounter with a giant bird, not dying from it. He learned quite a bit, so... More experienced hunter.
Seize a bird, seize the universe.
Yep. He didn't seize the universe yet, he just made it so I can kill him harder now.
Out-of-body experience.
Not an out-of-body experience, just you nearly died to a giant
You saw your
bird.
life flash before your eyes.
Yeah. I don't know, did you? Yeah, you did,
I know,
so...
Kung Fu.
Yeah, when you were standing still, you actually did have a light flashing before your eyes, which is, you know, everything you've ever done up until that point. And then,
Which was
luckily you
sitting
didn't get
on the
eaten
desert
right there and then.
eventually coming in.
Yeah, so... But like I said, like, so you've gained a little bit more insight into being a hunter and so on and so forth.
Yay.
Alright, so, say what is your opinion on all of this? Because now you're up.
I'm trying to get the backpack off Marky.
Okay. Marky, are you going to give up the thing so she can deliver it to... Or are you going to help deliver the materials over to Tukri, who actually needs it?
1 second.
Yeah. No, you're doing your spells.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll
You want to take like a 10 minute just to get the spells and stuff in order?
No. Good, I'll say,
Okay,
yeah.
So,
We're leaving the assassin there, right? In the corner.
okay, so, yeah, you guys are all doing that independently, I hope. I'll update anything that you don't. The only thing I need to update is your experience, which is, I think all of you updated your experience, because it's a huge amount of experience.
But
Can we do the hit die already or not yet?
Say what?
The hit dice.
You roll everything. Do everything. Do everything.
where do you see the... Oh, there's experience, okay.
Yeah.
And then I was level 11?
Yeah, you're level 11 now, so that means you have everything up
One
to
more
level
roll.
11. So you still need to get triple that in order for you to get the max, and that's not even the end. Because I actually did some... What did I call it? There's actually a multiplier for the experienced amount when you get to... Basically, the more classes you have, the more experience you need, which is... It goes double, triple, then quadruple the amount of the base experience you need for multi-class.
Yeah, multi-class,
Okay.
I don't...
Our multi-class is a little different, which means once you hit level 20, you can choose to get to level 1 again. But in order for you to advance further, you need double the experience as before. So when second level required 300, now you need 600. And so on. And 900, then
Trick.
1200. What?
Is my
Sorry, you get another...
is my
hit
token
if you
gone
want,
on your screen?
I think.
Yeah, you... Wait, what?
My token.
What
of
about
Thorin. Is it gone on your
It's-
screen or
it's
is it just
there.
mine?
Yeah, I can't see it. Where'd it go?
I can see it. It's
I can't see that.
with Rivraka.
Yeah, he's right here. Dude. Then you see him now? Thorin is moving. He is dancing along the screen. Do you
Yeah.
see him yet?
I can see him now.
Okay, so... Alright, so back to Marky. Marky, are you going to deliver the materials over to Tukri, or are you going to...
Yeah,
Okay, so...
I say
Say
that.
is the one who comes up and taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, we still have to return those materials.
Okay.
Or is that what you
And
said?
then
Do you say
we're
something
walking.
else?
I wanted to leave the assassin. We said we're leaving the assassin here, right?
Yeah, he's a stone statue. Where's he going to go?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So what do you want to say?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as I'm walking past Olga, I say, I like click my fingers, flavor her food, like
Yeah.
a meal.
She like sniffs in, like she inhales it, like she looks at it and she sees that it's changed and she kind of smells it.
Try it
Hey.
now.
It's like and it's like she's tilting her head and then she just like she doesn't use her hands to eat, she just uses her mouth.
So what kind of trees do we have around here, by the way?
Basic like oak, maybe some
Uh,
pine.
Is there any really big oak trees?
You'll have to look.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
That is perception. So you're gonna wander the forest looking. It's like, what's the biggest tree here, and see if they're all the same size. Let's see. So above 10 with your perception. Okay, so there is a relatively big tree somewhere to the south. Like it's a little. It's not too much of a difference, but it is enough of a difference. Hold on, I'm marking it. So it's a relatively large tree, but it's not a lot. It's not like the hugest. So you'll have to look for the brown spot on the map. That's where the tree is. Okay, so
Round spot.
August.
Square?
Yeah,
Square of blue.
yeah, it's a square. It's a square, whatever color it is. It's a brown square
Okay, I got
on the
this.
map somewhere. I know it's there because I drew it.
Look at this shit.
Okay, so hold up. We're not gonna do that just yet. We'll get to that in a minute. So, Marky, you're delivering the materials. So she looks at the door. It's like, oh, you guys are back. Did you bring back my gear?
Wasn't the bag?
Okay, so when she's looking through it, it's like, you did. Interesting. And who's that person
Piece
stalking
of
behind
advice.
you?
We'll explain that in a second. But piece
So
of
like,
advice.
she was like in the
Yeah.
door. She was in the door, like trying to hide behind it, but then she just walks out in front. So it's like, oh,
Okay.
half wolf. Never see her. Maybe not a half wolf. And like, Olga starts to growl at that. And it's like, I'm a Worgen, thank you.
Werewolf.
It's like, and she looks at you. It's like, I'm not a werewolf. I don't akin myself with lycanthropics.
Wait, werewolf? Where?
And it's like, relax. I'm not a werewolf.
Get it, werewolf?
I'm.
And so like, she rolls
I'm
her eyes. And it's
familiar
like, were you trying to be funny?
I was being funny.
It's like, maybe in your ears. So like, she kind of gestures with her hand. It's like, go about your business. So with the pack, okay, what was she offering for you doing this job besides being able to use your
Nothing.
tools again? Okay,
Piece
so
of advi-
I have to go back to your
Nothing.
core. Are you still open? Do you have your page open? Or you're still on your spells? That's Marky.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already put in my. So.
Okay,
What's
so did you close the page? Because it didn't save yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so because all I see are the protection of energy one, and that's it.
It's protection of energy and haste. What I got.
I didn't see it. It doesn't say haste. Hold up, let me do the other thing. So you're going to deposit
Hold on.
the rare quality iron, which means you're not going to have that anymore.
Yes.
The rope of climbing, which is and the grapple claw.
Yeah. By the way.
Yeah.
Put a magic ward on that rope
Yeah.
because we almost lost someone from
It's
it.
like I tried, but I can't. The rope just responds to whoever says it. It's not like it's context sensitive to whoever speaks.
Ooh, can I try something?
Okay, so what are you gonna try?
Yeah, so
Okay,
gonna
so
try and make
she's
it
looking
seem
at you.
like-
It's like, oh.
Hmm.
It's also mean like the frost stone, the 5 pounds of frost stone is gone. Like she looks at it and it's like, this is a little light. There's 2 pounds of iron missing.
I like pull out the cauldron.
Okay, so it's like, yeah, that'll do. So it's like, what was she offering for this job? Was she offering payment?
Absolutely nothing. Nope.
I don't think
No,
so.
she wasn't
no.
offering payment. All right, so it's like, well, I gotta say, you guys delivered. So yeah, you guys can use whatever gear that you need. You guys are reliable enough to know that you're going to return it. So it's like, she goes to the back and she starts pulling, like she's dragging a massive chest into the middle. And she doesn't look like she's straining at all. It's like, this has only been done a couple times. So then she just kicks it and the chest opens. And it's like, these are the toys I don't usually give out very often, but you guys earned it this far.
What kind of tools are we talking about?
It's like stuff that's a little more advanced. So, well, I don't know. You guys have to look in the chest. So, like, she's beckoning you. It's like, take a look.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
the
can
chest
one
is
of them-
over here behind her.
Oh.
Can one of them
okay.
roll to see if they can get anything from me that would be useful?
I don't know. That's up to. So first, you have to look in the chest. So besides the
Alright.
already stuff that you've already seen, like she throws in the pick and all that stuff back in there, making it more of a mess. So she's like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot you were gonna look in there." And then she like quickly takes the rope and stuff back out. Let's see. So you guys have to roll. Let's see. That's mostly perception. You're just seeing. The challenge rating is 15. Rolling perception, seeing what's in there. So Olga's like trailing you, just looking behind. So
Yeah.
Faye, all you mostly see is just junk. Just some of it looks useful, some of it doesn't look useful.
What do I see?
Marky, you're a human, so you see more of the utility of some of the things. Like you see. Okay, do you reach in? That's D100. Do you reach in, or do you like just leave the stuff and look at it? So you're just leaving it and just looking
I
at
look
it.
at
Rang doesn't see anything useful either. It's like you and Say and Rang. It's like we work that hard for minimal rewards. I do not see the wiseness of the actions we have performed.
Well, I can turn people to stone now, so...
It's like, but that was personal experience, nothing to do with the task.
Well, if we hadn't have gone up to do the task, then we wouldn't have gotten that experience.
I said, you rubbed me on a random thing.
Like,
It's like, I do not see the outcome as pleasant.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
It's like, it may have worked, but it was very unpleasant.
Well, if you can't fly, and you're not very fast moving, then I have to figure out other ways to use you.
It's like, you do realize I can never actually fly.
I know.
Okay, so it's like, and so it kind of like he kind of just cocks his head. Okay, so you don't see anything useful, and neither does Rang. Marky does see something useful, like you're reaching to the bottom of the chest and you're pulling out what looks like the hilt of a sword. It's not even a sword.
the hilt of a sword. Huh.
Yeah. So this is a history challenge. You have to roll above 5.
Okay.
That's easy. Come on. If you fail this
Let me
history
see,
challenge,
What's my history? History. Okay.
that's your challenge. So you pulled out the hilt of a sword. The blade is very broken. It's very cut. It looks like it's a clean cut across the edge, like someone just sliced the sword. So you're looking at it, and it's got a very surprising make to the sword that you wield.
Huh.
So it's
Interesting.
like Tukri, she
Where'd
sees
you
that,
get
she sees that you pulled it out, and she grabs it, or she tries to grab it. So that's she's going to use a strength. Which is, no, she grabs it immediately and she just throws it back in there. So,
Where did you get that?
it's like, you weren't supposed to see that. I forgot I put it in
Well,
there.
I
Sorry.
have seen it.
So it's
and
like,
I'm
yeah, it's too
curious.
late now to try and deny it, I guess. So, like, she kind of licks her lip and so, like, I think we should. No, like, she's walking to the doors and she's, like, closing up shop.
I like lift it back out with a mage hand.
So, what does she try to do?
Or 10 pounds?
Okay, so she walks over quickly and this is a, what does Mage Hands use as a spell? Like, as your spell step?
Cantrip?
Cantrip.
My spell stuff is charisma.
Charisma? Alright, so she has to do... Well, she's just doing a dex and just seeing it. So, she tries to, like, slap it back out of the hand, but the hand moves. That's like, fine, I guess you have it now. So, the shop is closed up. Olga tries to walk out, but it's like, no, you stay right there. You've seen it too, so I can't have everyone walking out.
The mage hand gives it to Marky.
Yeah, so Do you take it?
Thank you.
Yes. So
Yes, thank you.
it's like you probably realize. It's like you could probably realize my surprise when I realized there's a apprentice paladin coming into the town. I thought you were all dead, but I guess I was wrong about that, wasn't I?
Yes.
It's like
Indeed.
the hilt of the sword you wield in your hand belonged to my father. He was also a paladin, but unlike the rest of you, he is very dead.
Unlike, don't you mean like most of the rest of?
Okay, so
Most of the rest
it's like
of the
I'm talking about Marky. I'm talking about the ones who are alive. Not all the paladins are dead, apparently.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, it's like, alright, let me use
So-
specific language. Unlike the ones that are alive, my father is very dead.
That's very redundant thing to say.
It's like, I would have
I'm
expected nothing less from
Sorry
you.
to hear that.
You always say it. You always like to... never mind. So, like, she's getting a little frustrated. It's like, yeah, this is Say being Say. It's like, out of all the people that could have discovered this happened, why did it have to be Say? That's what Tukri is thinking. It's like, why did it have to be her? Because she is always very logical.
I'm
Okay,
sorry
so...
to hear that.
She just, it's like, I don't even have the means to reforge that sword. But, with your help, I've been
And
able
the
to
druid's
gather the
help.
materials to do so.
Druid can help. He can enhance your shit.
Okay, so...
You did fix it that
So,
one
like,
time. True.
she's offering her hand, it's like, but I'm gonna need the hilt.
What
so-
church was your father from?
It's like, he never told me. I guess he did that for a reason.
I hand her the hilt and I say, see.
Okay, so... So, and like, she immediately goes over and she's collecting all the stuff, melting it down. It's like, this is gonna take some time. Just, you know. And part of me didn't even want to see this sword reforged, but I see that now we need it. It's like, and she is a little bit, it's like, do you have any idea what this sword is? Like, you know, who it belonged to and why it's here?
I did succeed my history check, right? So
Yeah,
I
so...
should know.
So, you're more of a, you didn't want to put it to words, but, you know, this is a Crusader level sword. You know, this is kind of a badge of office for a Crusader. So...
I see.
It's like she's heating the metal and she's melting it down into the shape that she needs, or she's actually just getting it prepped because this may take days to do. And it's like, do you know what this means, right? The sword being passed on to another. It's like official. So like she knows Paladin lore, so it's like officially. It has to be another Crusader passing on his sword, a living Crusader passing on his sword to the next generation. But that also means that said Crusader has to either die in battle, has to know that he's going to be killed, or is passing on into another rank. It's like, so my father had neither. He died in battle, and he didn't pass his, you know, out of stubbornness, he didn't pass his sword to another Paladin.
You know, that's a really shit bull.
And it's like, and she smiles like, tell me about it. Why do you think they barely used that one?
Dude.
It's like that's why they created the blessing system, calling upon the light to give the blessing to another paladin rising in rank. Less prone to error.
Yeah.
It's like, let the divines decide if you're worthy of advancing in rank in the paladins. So it's like, but still, this is an heirloom of the past, so I have to reforge it, eventually.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
It's like, it's not a matter of choice, you already forced my hand. You've given me the materials to rebuild it, so to not rebuild it would not only go against the paladins, would go against just the basic ethics of a blacksmith. If it's broken and I can fix it, why would I not fix it?
I see.
It could be like a bomb.
Okay, so And it's like, no, it's not a bomb. It's like, but this sword won't have its full potential, not without divine blessing.
Would you fix it?
Say what?
If you found a broken bomb, would you fix it?
It's like, depending on the bomb. And also, I'm not an explosives expert. That's not under blacksmithing. I can fix the casing. I can fix maybe some of the innards, but I can't fix the explosive mechanisms.
Yeah, if you say
How
so.
long will it take? How long will it take towards the weapon?
That's like 3 or 4 days. Not including if finding someone to re-bless the sword. That's
Your
like,
daughter has a connection to the light, does she not?
So it's like she stops immediately, and it's like, you leave my daughter out of this.
Understood.
It's like she wants to be a healer. Let her be a healer. I'm never gonna let her know that this is a thing. That her grandfather was a paladin. It's like, but she kind of sighs, but it's like, but I know her. She's stubborn. Eventually, she's gonna learn. It's like, so does she do like? She does kind of a brittle laugh. It's like, maybe that's why I didn't want to reforge the sword, because then now I have a reason to tell her. I can tell her about her grandfather. So it's like, I just want to keep her safe. But, you know, in this land, I guess there is no safe.
By hiding the truth from her, it would make it easier for her to be hurt.
And she snaps, it's like, you think I don't know that?
No,
But it's like, well, what
I
choice
know
do I
that
have?
you-
If I would have told her, she might have wanted to become a paladin as well.
Then let her.
Yeah, so it's like, no, I'm not going to let her risk her life like that. Plus, it's like, she's more needed here. She's our only healer. As soon as she leaves, we don't have anyone, and the town just becomes that much weaker.
Understood. But when the time comes, you'll know that she did it.
It's like, and I spent most of my life trying to prevent that time from happening, but here it is, anyway. Okay, so it's like, you should probably go. You have other things to do. Your mission awaits. It's like, okay. So Olga's the one who's the first out. She like barges open the doors. Like she just said, in the most brash way possible. So she just like leans forward, pushes the door open, and then just walks out.
I politely closed the doors.
Okay, so... Okay, Kreen, are you back? Or are you still AFK? Hello? Are you asleep now?
He's muted himself.
Okay, so he's still not back. That
Nope.
kind of bites. You just get more involved in the stories. So much you could do. Yeah, it's all about assertiveness. It's, but you know, to an extent. Okay, so now she's alone, trying to prep the metal to be molded again and to remake a sword that has been long gone. So now we move on to, so everyone's out. We see Thorin up ahead. Thorin, where are you going? Just back home?
I'm
Hello.
going over to Tobias.
Okay. What about Tobias? So, Say and Mark, do you trail him? Now that you see that, you know, he's heading for Tobias.
I was actually going to Tobias anyway.
Okay, so everybody was going to Tobias anyway, so... Olga, like, sees a fellow wolf, and you see her go into a crouch. So, like, her and Dawn are, like, squaring off. You see that, like, they're both in a crouch.
I kneel down.
So like, Drake on, you know, she has a little puppy named Drake, and Drake is like barking. Like barking, growling, and then like nudging her not to do what, like it feels like she's nudging her not to do what she's about to do, but she does it anyway.
I'm just... Before she can do that, I just walk in front of her.
Okay, so like she's about to leap, and then you walk in front, and then she raises herself up to her full height, but she's still trying to like. Dawn is like staring from around your leg, and she's staring at her, and they're like growling at each other. So, are you curious about that at all?
Kind of.
Okay, so. And so, like, she reasserts herself. It's like, sorry, old habits die hard.
Apparently.
So, and like nothing happens. She just gestures, you know, let's go talk to the big man over there. So, like she she walks by Dawn, and they're still like she's still like she growls a little bit as she does it. Okay, so everybody's at Tobias. Tobias, who is still just sitting there, like So
Who is this guy?
What? Who's Tobias? He was the spy on the
Yeah.
inside, but he was an overcaptain.
Oh,
But
okay.
now he's not.
This is him. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a man like our height, maybe. But
Nope,
no, it's
not
like a
even.
younger
It
guy.
was the most least likely suspect, which is somebody who's high in the ranks is going to be the best spy. Someone who can access the information from high in the ranks. So it seemed like an overcaptain. It was pretty much it was artificially made an overcaptain, meaning he was inserted into the city as a legionnaire, and then he just proved himself up the ranks. Very dangerous because there's plenty of ways that could have gone wrong. But he got as far as overcaptain before somebody challenged him, and he had to forced his hand. He either had to kill him or not. Yes. So you're back. Wait, who's back? Or
I've been here.
okay. Oh, I thought that was Crane for a
No,
second. Never
nobody's
mind.
back, but... Wow. Do they just get bigger by rank? Are the generals like giants? Big?
Yeah, they get genetic enhancements.
Oh.
Okay, so
Oh.
so he sees everyone. It's like, why are you all gathering around me? It's like, can't you see I'm just trying to enjoy the day?
Probably all for separate reasons, actually.
It's like, and she points at you with the she-wolf and the other she-wolf. What do you want?
And now Niltaor's here.
So Olga takes immediate
Yeah,
offense to
I'm
that.
all
It's
over
like,
the
what did
place.
you call me? It's like,
doesn't
and
to
she,
call
like,
she
Tobias, like,
likes
raises
to
an
call
eyebrow, and it's like, I mean that in the nicest of terms. So, Niltaor, are you still writing half this stuff down? Like, you just wander in randomly, hearing all this, and you followed Thorin. Are you just...
I didn't walk in randomly. I like followed Thorin.
Okay,
And
you
he-
followed Thorin, and so everybody saw Thorin heading this way, and it's like, oh, yeah, I have business with Tobias as well.
Yeah.
She won't.
Okay, so... And she kind of accepts that. It's like, alright, just don't say it again. Or next time I'll have to make you regret saying it. So, and she nods to Thorin, and it's like, you know, just say what you're gonna say.
I'm still surprised the fact that you were the only one so far that didn't try to test my strength.
That's like, I didn't need to. Your strength already proves itself. It's like, you're becoming something of a public enemy #1 among the capital. At least before I was exiled. Now, I think that hasn't changed. You're still alive, aren't you?
Probably
So-
worse.
It's like, and some of it, like, he produces a pamphlet and he's reading it. It's like, a lot of this is propaganda. I mean, a lot of it says you're some sort of demon from the depths of hell. Come to devour the flesh of the living. Something, you know, they're trying to hype it up that you're not just a man.
Well,
It's like,
I'm no man. I'm a
Yeah.
dwarf.
it's like, that's the funny bit, isn't it? With the propaganda, it's making them overestimate themselves. They think you're just another monster to be slain. But in fact, you're a lot smarter and faster than that. So, it's like, so in a way they're defeating themselves. But I think later on that they won't be... It's like, the more attention you grab, the higher up you go. The higher up you go, the more elite forces are sent against you. And it's like, and these elite forces won't be so easily predictive of the propaganda. So it's like, oh, it's like, well, I'm sure you didn't want to know. It's like, I'm sure you didn't just want to know that. Is there anything else?
No, that was basically it. And then
It's like, okay. And it's like, so he looks over his shoulder. It's like, you, bard person, what do you want?
Yeah. What I want? Good question. I basically just want to.
It's like something I can actually deliver.
Not to me, I guess.
It's like, okay, and moving on. And so it's like,
fun to kickstart the Bard College again.
okay, so it's like, and so he looks at you. He looks at Niltaor, and he reaches forward and tries to brush Olga aside, but you know she's like, "Don't touch me."
Spicoli comes back from the
So he
woods.
just stands up, and he looks over at Niltaor because he was sitting down, and it's like now he stands up, and he's a good twice your height. And it's like, so you wish to restore the Bard College? Well,
Yeah.
good luck with that. Many have tried. All have been executed. It's like, and word of advice, I advise not saying that too publicly, because the more people that you know that know what you're trying to do, the more chances they're going to assassinate you. And so he's looking at all of you and he laughs. It's like, I think they want to assassinate each and every one of you if I had to guess.
All been tried. They have it. That has already been tried.
It's like, alright, so moving on to Marky. It's like, Marky, what do you want?
Does he even know who I am?
It's like, okay, so is he? No, he's going to use the derogatory. It's like, you, Paladin, what do you want?
I don't believe we have met properly.
And it's like, no, but I know the trappings of a Paladin. You don't exactly hide it.
No.
It's like,
I
you
don't
remind
know.
me of Jormog. He's about the same. Or Jormgon. Whatever the hell his name is. His name is so hard to pronounce, I'm surprised he even made it to Crusader rank.
Spicoli walks past. Spicoli just wants to yell to the group,
I
come
know what you
inside
mean.
and come inside in 10 minutes. I'm going to have food ready.
Okay, so Spicoli's gonna cook something.
You want to
Okay,
see what
so-
it is?
Not really. So, not in the not right now, just... Anyway, so he's gonna prep the Heroes Feast.
Feast!
So, he said come inside in 10 minutes, and I guess we all hear that, and we're gonna go do that later.
That is like a crystal worth like 1,000 gold or something, 500.
What, the goal? Wait, yeah, was there a region involved in that?
Yeah, I know the ingredient worth like
Let me
1,000.
see.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a region involved in that. Yeah, you forgot about the region, which is a gem-encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold.
I don't do materials.
Okay, well, we
Yeah,
do
you-
materials.
contain
For
gold,
spells like
you-
that, yeah, we do materials.
Why?
Because
think they
it's
won't
so
get
we don't
the
just sporadically spawn that stuff all the time. That's why.
It's just food, though.
Okay, so
If a spell uses material worth gold, it
Okay,
must
so-
use
so
gold.
we're gonna use the counter to that, which is he has enough of that. Remember, he harvested food from earlier, and he had a little crop thing growing over there. So from that, he's gonna create this. So, but I mean, think of
Somehow-
this is gonna be so outlandish. You have to also think of yourself, which is this food could easily, unless the whole town is involved, which I'd highly advise you do. It would be very greedy for just the heroes to have this feast.
12 other creatures.
Yeah, so this would
So
be
it's
the
not
whole
me.
town. So Spicoli, you're gonna have to run around and tell the whole town that there's a feast happening in the tavern, because not everybody
Okay,
knows.
fine. Okay,
So-
fine.
So you don't waste 1,000
Great.
gold's worth of food. That's just for that.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
so he's asking the paladin, what do you want? What do you want? Besides
I
introductions.
want to ask a question.
Okay.
I want to ask a question. The system goes by glory ranking, correct?
It's like yes.
So, and when a rebellion rises up, the lords together to destroy this rebellion.
Not all the
Correct.
time.
Okay.
It's like if it has to become something significant that threatens the entire city for them to rise up. It's like currently they don't even see you as a rebellion. They just see you more as a nuisance, just one town rebelling against. I think the other towns were smart enough not to rise up when Brelock did. See how it's like that would explain the lack of communications. When it came down to that, the other towns choked. They didn't want to get involved with an outright rebellion. It's
I see.
For good reason too. I mean, from the recon reports, one town has been captured by pirates, the other town is unknown.
I see. If, say, the rebellion were to get very large, at an unprecedented level from history, and say destroying this rebellion mean unlimited glory, whoever would be... Whoever,
It's like, if
would
you know our
glory.
culture, there is no such thing. There's always something greater to do. It's in the end, the cycle
not
is
unlimited.
destructive. There is eventually a point where you realize that there is no glory.
So, let's say, alright, not unlimited glory, but let's say defeating this large of... Let's say the rebellion becomes so big that defeating the rebellion would be... that would basically mean massive glory to whichever lord would commit it. Would that mean lords would somehow turn on each other to try and be the first to destroy the rebellion?
It's like, they're not fools. At least I don't think they are. It's like, they turn on each other naturally. That actually makes them much harder to have them turn against each other for a valid reason. They're willing to throw each other's armies at each other. They still have more to throw. So
I
it's
see.
like, think of them as spoiled children fighting until their last energy, but think of their energy pool as a little higher than normal. They will fight each other at the slightest provocation, and they do it constantly. So having them turn on each other is not exactly a tactical strategy when they do it already.
I see.
So,
One last
and
question.
so like he leans in and it's like, do you know how many lives have been lost in their internal struggle? I pale to think how many.
I've
That's like,
seen
and for
some
what?
accounts.
What did they die for? Nothing. They didn't gain anything from it.
I know.
I accidentally
see
hit
that.
that.
Say what?
Ignore
No,
that.
not
You
that.
accidentally hit that.
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
Marky, what'd you say?
I have one last question.